Welcome back everyone to another MTR Fab video. Today we're going to talk about screwdrivers, what makes a good screwdriver and what you're paying for when you pay a little extra. We've done a review on this channel about these two screwdrivers. If you'd like to check that out and you haven't seen it already, please go check the channel. It'll be on there. And then I think that guy was in there too, but beyond that, these are all just examples of screwdrivers in general. And some of these are nicer than others, and why I present them all in one group like this is because I'm going to pick out and tell you why I think Snap-on screwdrivers are the best. And there's not many things that I will tell people to go out of their way to buy on the Snap-on truck. But this is one of those items that I think everybody ought to own a set, even if you're the DIYer, because they're worth their weight, and I'll tell you why here if you follow with me. Now, this is a conventional Craftsman screwdriver. We've all seen these before. The handle's kind of chunky, hard plastic. They smell funny when you put them in a toolbox, and you got a square shank. This is a Husky. It's a little more ergonomic as far as the design. Obviously, these are two different size screwdrivers. What I'm pointing out is the ergonomics of it. It's rubber coated. It's soft to the touch. This is a, today the cheap version of a screwdriver. This is what you get, and this is like a Weehaw premium, driver that's super nice, molded, ergonomic. I mean, it feels good in the hand. It probably doesn't come across as being that nice, but it really is decent. Machining is nice on the tip. And then you have, a conventional Stanley. It's hard plastic and, round shank, chrome finish. Nothing special about the tip. The tip material looks to be the same as the rest of it. And the hard plastic has a decent shape. It's not a bad shape, but there's no rubber mold or anything. And then you have like these multi-drivers, which are, a decent shape, but they've got all the bits in the handle. When I have room for a set and you have a stationary place, there's always a place for these screwdrivers. Now, if you've got to pack a bag, I don't recommend carrying around it. You're going to talk about why this is better than anything in here. I'm going to show you. So, part of what makes this screwdrivers fantastic is, one, Snap-on's lifetime warranty. And when I say that, you can get a new shank. This whole piece, the shaft, will come out of this handle. He'll put it in a vise, he'll knock the plastic portion off, and he'll replace this piece. And this piece is the special magic. I mean, other than the ergonomics of the handle, Snap-on has figured out how to make a handle comfortable, give you a lot of grip, a lot of torque, and this in general works great. What they do is make a different size handle for all their screwdrivers. Well, not all of them, but they stage them up and down. So when you have a smaller dimensional screwdriver, a small dimension screwdriver, the handle gets smaller. Unlike the Stanleys, where I believe, the whole set of them had the same size handle. It didn't matter what size the shaft was. There's some features built into this that a standard screwdriver doesn't have. And one is this hex head, and I know there are other screwdriver companies that do this, but this is amazing to help you get torque. You can put a box stand wrench on here. I mean, you can put an open end too, but usually I'll put a box stand on here and just use this to push an amazing amount of downforce on it and turn it with a wrench. It will allow you to break free some stuff that you otherwise wouldn't get free. The other addition that makes this amazing is the tip. Now, one complaint I do have is, and I'm sure everybody that has sets of these has broken many tips of these off. And part of that is because they give you this nice wrench flat so you can really get it, but the other part is these are super hard, and that's part of what makes them so good. These are not very hard. These, any of these, even, I like my Milwaukee tools, but there's nothing special about this tip. It's reasonably hard. Like, you can't but it's not as good as this snap-on tip. The other thing that, if the attention to the little details that Snap-on does to the tip of their screwdriver, that I guess I'm sure there's other people who do it again, but one thing I've noticed about their screwdrivers, and I'll show it to you on a bigger scale, it's hard to see on the smaller sizes, but believe me when I say these details I'm going to show you are in this small screwdriver just as well as this bigger Phillips screwdriver. So this is a number 3 Phillips snap-on right here. And what I'm trying to focus in on and see if the camera can see it, and I'm going to use another screwdriver to point at it. Actually, we'll use the little Weehaw here. What I'm looking at to show you is, see at the edge of that blade, there's these tiny little cuts. And hopefully you can see it. I'm going to move it a couple different directions just in case. Yeah, buddy. Hopefully you can see that good. But that's where the magic is in a snap-on screwdriver. And those are what prevents, well, it helps the screwdriver stay locked down in the fastener while you're turning it out so it doesn't pop up out. It wants to, I think a lot of people call it camming out. It'll try to walk up out. These little serrations hold it down in there and get you that bite that you need to turn the fastener and not strip the head. And on top of that, they're harder than these type of tips, so they last a lot longer. So once these tips wear out, or you break them off, you can go get a new one. You just bring it to the Snap-on guy. He'll take care of you. Now, they won't replace this handle. That's on you. So these are definitely susceptible to oil and grime. Over time, this black overmold, I've seen it gets kind of slimy. And that's pretty typical with pretty much any tool, whether it's Snap-on or not. So, if you get gas and oil on it, the best thing to do is wipe it off, but obviously that's what you use them for, so it's going to happen. But with that said, I enjoy using these screwdrivers. I'm always satisfied with the results I get, and even when I break one once in a while, it's not the end of the world. You just wait until the next time you see the guy, and you're good to go. Right? So that's why you pay a little extra for a Snap-on screwdriver instead of buying a bunch of these and putting them in your drawer. They do wear out. The tips of screwdrivers, they start to get all soft, and of course I do occasionally misuse them or for the wrong size fastener. Out of these, if I had to give somebody probably like the best gift in the world, would be a Snap-on set of screwdrivers. To anybody who does DIY handy stuff, anybody appreciates these screwdrivers. They really are one of the best things on the truck that you can get that's good and worth your money. Otherwise, they're stealing it from you. Go buy Milwaukee stuff. And if you got to fit it into your pocket, obviously this is going to get a whole set in your pocket. So cost-wise, these are definitely quite a bit more money than all of these other options, and you need to have access to Snap-on to get them. However, if you're looking for screwdrivers that are fancy and you're in the store, that's where I would tell you to focus, is what does the tip look like? Does it look like it's a different material? If it's a hardened tip, you can bet that it's a better screwdriver. It's going to last longer. Does it have wrench flats or some way to grab it so you can add to the torque of the tool? How are the ergonomics? These are the reasons why I prefer these Snap-on screwdrivers. So if you guys like Snap-on screwdrivers, tell me in the comments. What do you prefer, and or what do you use every day? These are hands down the best in my experience. I know Wera makes some nice screwdrivers that I've seen that I'd like to try, but I don't have any experience with them, and I honestly don't, obviously. I've only got two hands and I got a lot of screwdrivers, so at this point I've probably got enough sets. But let us know, guys. Share the info. With that, that's it for this week, guys. If you like what you see, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one next time. I'm out.